Hi. Usual background noise of washer and dishwasher going, dryer, all that. I had my second therapy session yesterday. I felt just incredibly down and depressed Thursday and Friday, the past 2 days. Hard. My body felt 10 times heavier and, yeah, just super down. But therapy was good, hard. Apparently I have trauma. She thinks I might be somewhere on like the neurodivergent scale. And yeah, there's a cat scratching. Okay. But I have, a couple goals that we're working on. A couple, like homework, she says. Things like thinking about what I want to do. And she had me take like this kind of career assessment thing with our local college. My top category was like the artistic category. My self-esteem is like non-existent. I put myself down a lot, and she called me out on that. And it was just interesting. I mean, my second session, it's like how much she sees in me and through me, or, So I see her again the middle of next week, which is good. I mean, between my two sessions, I've spent like 3 hours with her already. And it's just, yeah. So far today, I have not cried. But I did have all three of my nieces over yesterday. I do these birthday days with them. So when it's their birthday, they all come over and we have a sleepover. And whoever is the birthday girl, they get to pick all the activities, what we eat. Usually, depending on what day we have it on, one of the days we actually go and do stuff if that's what they want to do. So last night was board games, Mario Party. We had chicken gyros for dinner. I had like tiniest little one. I've eaten more from last night through today than I have in the past week. And I really tried to eat, but I didn't want to make myself sick or anything. So then we had, all sorts of snacks. Oh, I have a hummingbird. It's the first I've seen. And it was a lot of fun. Cooked a frozen pizza at 11 p.m. and I kept telling everyone, like, okay, one of them in particular can be a problem. And I told all of them, okay, everyone has to be nice. You have to be nice to each other. You have to be nice to me. Like, you have to be nice to me for a while, okay? Let's just all be nice. And they did good. We stayed up. One of the oldest stayed in my bed with me, and I saw her parents, because two of them are sisters and one is a cousin. So I saw the parents of the two sisters this morning when they came over to pick up one of the cars, and her mom said her favorite thing about you is when she spends the night and you guys are laying in bed halfway through the night just talking for hours. So we did that and stayed up another 2 hours talking. Flew by. So we were up till 2 a.m. just talking away. But I did laugh and yeah, had fun. And then today we went to this really great local spot for fresh donuts and picked up Starbucks because I always like to get coffee. And then we went bowling and to the arcade in the bowling place. Yeah, we played an hour and a half of bowling. I won one of the games. And they even, I think just for fun, the worker turned on like the black light that they do for the fun night bowling. Because there's a bunch of birthday parties and stuff. And I'm like, I've never been bowling. When it's like this, I've never been out that late for it. So we had a lot of fun. And then we decided to go out. It was supposed to be like an early dinner. And we invited my brother and his wife. And I paid for everyone. I talked to my husband about that yesterday. And he's like, you can spend whatever you want, do whatever you want, go out to dinner. So I took everyone out to dinner. It was for my middle niece's 18th birthday, which is like three months late in celebrating. So it was a lot of fun. And it was just good. My therapist said, you need to spend all weekend with your nieces. You need to lean on them, cry in front of them, let them support you. So I didn't cry in front of them, but we hung out all day. I think, of course they all knew we needed it. My brother even gave me a hug. I couldn't tell you the last time he gave me a hug. Like when they pulled up, he wasn't getting out of the car. And then when he saw me come out, he came out and he gave me a hug. So I do feel like there's some support. I did actually manage to talk to my husband some yesterday after therapy before all the nieces arrived. And it started because I said, okay, next week. You said you would make time and we're going to sit down and talk. And it's going to be hard and you might get mad. But we have to do this. And we ended up talking a lot. He was finally ready to talk some. We ended up talking a lot, and that felt really good. He says, this decision's final. He's not changing, but we were just talking. He's like, I don't want to give you any hope, and we were talking a lot. It's just hard. I told him it's hard because I look at you and I see the husband that I love, who apparently doesn't love me anymore. But he's being, he's being nice. We even joked and laughed. I told him what's been going on with therapy. I've been with him for 16 years. I tell him, we apparently don't tell each other everything, but I feel like I tell him everything. And, I told him things that my therapist is saying, her thoughts on him. And, he told me, he's like, he hasn't been unfaithful. He doesn't have time for that. I know he doesn't have time for that. I mean, he could be talking to someone maybe, but I did get some information out of him. And so I told him, I know you said no, but I want you just to think about couples therapy. Just think about it, I just hate throwing away 16 years for something that he's just going through now that he just refuses to get help with or something, I mean, there's no recovering from this point without couples therapy, without a lot of work. He has taken some things from the house because he went to his parents' house this weekend. They're about 2 hours away, and took some things to store up there. So that's hard. But one big thing that was hanging on our wall, and every time I go up the stairs, I stare at that spot. And that's hard. But it was really good to talk. It was really good. It was nice that he was finally willing to, and we got a lot of things discussed. But I said, okay, we need to still sit down. And I said, I don't want to rush this. He's so busy in the summer times the past few years because of his business and then his job too. His business, and then he also works a job. And he always gets really stressed, and that always kind of leads to issues for us. And so I'm like, you at least try couples therapy, or at least go to therapy. Like, there's issues. Like, don't just give up. Like, that's not the answer. But he did say, so I told him, like, I bet you in 2 years you're going to be with someone new, you're going to have a kid. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, he's a really, he's not perfect, but he's a pretty good guy. He said no. He's like, I want to do my own things. I want to be selfish. I don't want to have anyone else. And so I, finally was able to kind of pry some of the stuff out of him. And I told him, like, well, like, we made vows. If that's what you want, I didn't know that. Like, we can work on that, and we can do that. And he, doesn't think it's fair to me. I'm like, well, then I can get something from it too. Or, like, you do that, and then I'll do this. Or, I mean, how can we work on it if he doesn't tell me? So, yeah, he went to go see his family, and he goes on hikes and stuff, and just needs to get out and away and be in nature and think. So we'll see how he feels when he comes back. He took one of the dogs, or the younger of the two. Oh, I'm so tired from yesterday. But he took one of the dogs. So that's good. She was just so, like, manic with energy yesterday. So that's good. She'll be exhausted when she comes home. So I said, well, I'm not going to reach out to you this weekend unless, like, something is really important or bad or something. And I said, the one thing I ask is if you can just tell me when you get there, because he left kind of late and there's a lot of deer. Like, if you can just let me know that you got there safe. You have I call them my babies, my baby girl, my little dog. She's not little, she's huge. But so he did. He let me know in a couple different spots where he was. I did have to text him after a bit. I'm like, did you actually make it to your parents' house? And then he's like, yeah, I did. So, okay. And that was the last I heard from him. But now I'm alone again. Me, the cats, my one dog. We were out till like 5. And my nieces, we all came back here. Because my one niece drove us all. Because I'm like, can you drive us? I have an issue with driving. We're going to work on it. But then I had to take my youngest niece home. So I didn't actually get home till about like 5:45 tonight, finally, after everything. It was a long day, long night. And I just like start on chores. And go outside and give my dog some love, and then it just starts to settle. You're sad. You're getting divorced. Everything in your life is changing. You're alone. This sucks. At least I had fun. I cried a lot yesterday between therapy and getting home and talking to him, but washed my face, hung out with my nieces, and I was okay. Every now and then, we'd be playing a game or something, and every now and then this kind of wave of, oh my God, I'm getting divorced, and everything's going to be different, and it's going to be hard, and he's leaving. All of that would wash over me. And I'd be like, just take a breath, keep going. I mean, not what my therapist said. She said, cry. Let them see you cry. So, but I didn't really feel like crying today. I felt okay. Ate. So we got these donuts. Oh, they were so good. But I took just tiniest little sliver. Just tiny little sliver. But I'm like, I want to try them all. So, tried all these donuts. Got just a little, like the small cup from Starbucks of just a cold brew, and I had just a little bit of creamer at home. First caffeine. I had a bunch of soda today too. First soda I've had this week. I've not had nearly enough water. And then I got dinner. We all split some spinach and artichoke dip. Delicious. And a little salad, which I didn't eat all of, a little side salad. And I couldn't quite pick what I wanted for dinner. And they had a picture of their linguine and meatballs. I'm like, ugh. And I don't like spaghetti, like ever. I've just been craving it lately, so last second, that's what I got. Just a couple of bites. I had a bite of the birthday girl. She wanted a steak, so we went to this one restaurant. So she let me have a bite of her steak. So good with this garlicky, creamy mushroom sauce. Oh, it's delicious. And she loved it. She's new into liking steak and mushrooms. So she loved it. Then we all got creme brulee and shared it. Delicious. It was fun. It was a lot of fun getting to see them all. The one we were celebrating goes to college here in a couple of weeks, so it's like last big. And they never, all three nieces hardly ever get together unless they're at my house now. And she doesn't see, I guess, her aunt and uncle, my brother and his sister, my brother and his wife, never sees them. I don't think her mom would be too happy that she was there with them, but I mean, nothing bad's gonna happen. Just a thing. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. It was really nice to all be together. So I was always like, take pictures for Grandma. My mom, their grandma, take pictures of Grandma. Take a picture of me bowling for Grandma. Take a picture. They took a picture of everyone's food for Grandma, because she moved a couple states away and she likes all these pictures. So I always make sure, take pictures for Grandma. So we sent her pictures all throughout the day. And I know she's worried about me, so that made her feel better. So it's been okay. I don't know about tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I got some things to do. Not going grocery shopping. My fridge is full of food. Stuff from last week that wasn't eaten because I didn't eat. And now I have leftovers and leftovers and leftovers. And yeah, I'm down like 13 pounds right now, so that was pretty cool. Especially after eating, I did eat some candy and chips and stuff like that last night. Half a piece of pizza. Yeah. So it was fun. I haven't been bowling in years and years. It was fun. And I almost didn't go. We almost got everyone talked out of it. I know, this is what she wants to do. I need to go do it. I'm happy I did. And my youngest niece, who can be the problem, kept saying, that was so fun. It was so fun to go bowling. And So, good day, good night. It feels okay right now. It's funny, every time I leave my therapist, I feel kind of empowering, which I guess is the point. Uh, you know, just the way she talks to me, like, makes me just feel seen and understood. And so when she asked, you got to think about, what do you want to do? Like, not what anyone else thinks, or don't take in consideration how anyone feels, or, what do you want? And that's hard. It's just crazy how they can read. I think I'm late to this therapy game, but 2 sessions. Like, how can she read me like that? It's amazing. And some of the things she says, it's like, what? She's like, I know you haven't been asked these questions. These are challenging. And she's like, I can see it in your face that I don't know. It's crazy. So I wish the 31st was here so I could see my doctor and get on some medication. Because the therapist says I'm so depressed and so stressed, and it's just, uh, affecting everything. My body, and pain and weight, and yeah, just a lot going on. A lot, just a lot. Yeah. Thanks for being here. I know much longer today. All I want to do is go to bed. I'm so tired. So, but thanks for being here. Thanks. If you listened, comment, anything, just we can get through this, yeah? I sure hope so. Okay, I'll try to check in again tomorrow. Bye.